Hey everyone, how's it going? It's me. We haven't seen or talked to each other in a very long time. Well, to bring you up to speed, I've been playing Pokemon Go for about 3.5 years now. They've had a lot of updates. They've done a lot of expansions. And they've done a lot of different stuff with the game. The really cool thing about it is the fact that, well, Thanksgiving just happened. We had a great family get together, and I'm recording, so quiet, please. Thanks. We've been doing a lot of family stuff. I'm on vacation for a while. I go back to work on Monday, which is kind of nice. Usually this time of year before, when I was doing retail, I was always working it, and I was putting in some really ungodly long hours, and working like, seemed like weeks on end with very little time off. I'm recording a video. Did you find out what you needed to find out?
Well, no.
Well, go see if your mom can track it down.
I did find out.
Yeah?
I didn't want to find out.
What?
Cost money, like a lot.
Well, go downstairs and look for the vids. Ask Juliana where she put it. So, tonight we're going to do a Metalocalypse marathon type thing. We're going to start at like season 1, go to 2, go to 3. We'll probably end up, well, there's a 4th one too, but I don't have that one yet. Eating ham. Leftover from Thanksgiving, and I'll tell you, I don't think ham can ever really go bad, can it? There's so much salt and preservatives and stuff like that in it. Really good. Anyway, was out doing Pokemon Go today. Being on vacation, figured I'd do something nice and fun. For those of you that were interested in doing the Pokemon Go Giovanni type thing, and you guys are having a trouble with it, the main key to beating your leaders for the grunts, which is Sierra, you've got Arlo, and Cliff. The main key is within the first creature to get them to use up all their Sinnoh shields. So that you've got, and your first creature has to stay in all the way through. Now you want to try to save one of your shields till you get to like the last creature, and of course their creature has to drop out first within the first one, otherwise you're not going to make it through the thing. I'll tell you that right now. What I found probably works one of the best was if you got a really good Tyranitar, or if you're looking at a really good, and I mean really good Tyranitar, like 14 stats across the board. And for those of you that don't know how to check that out, you look at the 3 stars. It has to have all 3 stars, and the more red lines you got on that, when you appraise it, the closer it is to perfect. Okay, now if you got a solid red line and it's 3 stars, that means it's a 15 stat. Don't let the lines fool you, because sometimes you can have a red line all the way through one of it and still not be a 15 stat because it's not the best creature. Okay, so in terminology of a Valor player, simply amazing. And I don't remember what they were for Instinct and Mystic, but it basically means if it's 2-star, it would fall in like the strong category. If it's 1 star, it'd be considered a decent Pokemon, and if it's a no star, it may not be great in battle. Those were the stats for Valor. And yes, I've been 3.5 years of playing the game. I've got over 20 Pokemon that are perfect in just the first gen, and I've appraised them. They were all 3 stars. They were all 3 red lines for attack, defense, and HP. And I found that your fighting type Pokemon with Dynamic Punch, which is a two-fold charge TM, really gets them to use their Sinnoh shields up fast. And until even in when it comes to Giovanni, his first creature you come across is a Persian, okay, a shadow type Persian. The second one is a earth type creature that's a shadow. Mine was a Diglett, but don't let the size of the Diglett fool you, because most of you that play Pokemon Go know that when you're battling Team Rockets, they're like 3, 4, 5,000 CP creatures. That is extremely misleading when you see a Diglett and you think, oh, I can take this out, no problem. No, it's a problem. And then the third creature will be your Shadow Articuno. Now, I've caught the Shadow Articuno. I beat him once. I beat Arlo. I have beaten Cliff. In fact, I beat Cliff again today. And I beat Arlo yesterday again. And I beat Sierra. I can't tell you how many times I've beaten that girl. But every time you do it now, you got to get your components, which means you're battling more of the grunts in order to find your thing up in the corner. The good point about it is you don't have to spend money on the game to play this game. But if you find the need to put money into the game, the Play Store is running a special right now, so some kind of bonus. So if you decide to go down that route and you decide to put money into the game, you actually get like a bonus tokens and stuff like that. And you'll have to look into it for the details. Go to the Play Store for the details, it will tell you. And I put money into the game. And that way I can always hatch creatures. I mean, I don't really need to level up anymore. But I can put like things in incubators. And that's pretty much what I focus my goal on, is incubating. In order to get perfect creatures, you don't need to incubate them. You don't need to battle in raids. You can go around and catch them. Like I said, the game is free. You can battle one free raid every day. Let's say I didn't battle a raid yesterday and I spun a gym, but I got a free raid pass. Okay. Well, then I decided to go out today and do raids. Well, I'll use up my one free raid pass from the previous day, and then you'd get one for today. So, so you basically get the opportunity to have 2 free raid passes in one day. But you're only really getting one a day. Once in a while, just to let you know, Niantic might come up with another opportunity, spoiler alert, for you to battle in a gym during raid, what they call raid hours. And the cool thing about it that's coming up is you'll complete one of the raids, you get your free raid pass, and you'll get another one after you complete it. So you can actually end up with numerous raid passes in one day. Spoiler alert, sorry. The really nice thing about that is for people that run with the team, if they're doing legendary raids at that time, which they've done Gengar before, they've done Moltres before, and a variety of other creatures. But you can literally, if you get a good team of like 5 or 6 people, and you guys have been hanging out and you're on your best friends list, there's a good chance you'll be able to take down these bosses pretty quick. For most of us players, we go up to a 1, 2, or a 3, and sometimes even the 3s are difficult. And yeah, it's really nice to go out in a group because, first of all, misery likes company. And sometimes the weather can be bad. Some of the teams, too, especially if you're on the same team, you guys can both, you know, battle together or jump into raids, gyms together. The cool thing about it, too, is also if you're on opposing teams, you guys can single out different colors and go, hey, I'm blue, you're red, let's go do this, you know, and then you both can take down gyms together. And the last person in the gym gets the opportunity basically to put into that gym. You guys can work out something. You know, you get to the last creature last time through and one guy drops out and says, here, you beat this guy, you take the gym. You know, that's a good fair way to do it. I'm not one about really taking over gyms. Most of the time I go into a gym, it's usually already that color that I already am. Being level 40 for as long as I've been, it's really not much of a challenge. I found more of a challenge doing these Team Rocket things. I've lost more creatures doing battling doing that. So I've changed my focus from being in so many gyms, having so many, it's amazing.
Oh, you're in the house.
The way I think compared to the way I thought years ago. Years ago, it was like I needed to go in and be in as many gyms as I can in a day, and it's not the case. And there's some people out there that are still vindictive of colors. You know, they're like, they think their color is the ultimate one in the world, and it's horrible for people to think like that. And it's not really a color problem, it's a person problem. Okay, it's a person problem. You know, because if I got a perfect, like, let's say Executor, it's totally maxed out. Guess what? Somebody from a different team, whether it's blue, yellow, or red, that Executor is going to be the same for everyone. It doesn't matter. Hey, I am trying to make a video, please. This is the last time I'm going to be nice about it. Thank you. Yeah, it's amazing that people think like this. Most people that are level 40 and they've been playing the game for as long as I have realize that it's not about being in as many gyms as you can be in a day. It's not about making it all one color in a day. You know, and the people that really tick me off most are the ones that have that ego. And that usually motivates me to remove them from, you know, gyms. The bad part is I've got like over 140 friends, and I'm not one of those people that are color specific. In fact, we went out tonight and I was hanging out with a couple Mystic people, and there's some other Valor players there, and you know what, color doesn't matter. You know, if you're a racist person, you're going to be a racist person in this game, okay? And I don't hate any one color. It's not like I detest Instinct or I detest Mystic. I got friends that are both, you know. I got a friend of mine that has 3 separate accounts. Okay, one's blue, one's red, one's yellow. And you know what he does with his time? He goes around and catches creatures, okay? And he's got friends that go out with him and they can't afford to play because of having a phone and paying for stuff for a phone. So he'll give him one of his accounts, and his deal is he's got like literally 0 for his gym battles because he just pulls up, and if it's blue, he throws in. If it's yellow, he throws in. If it's red, he throws in. He doesn't. It's amazing. He's literally got 0 for his gym battles won, because it's not. When he gets the research for battling in so many gyms, he dumps them. It's like, no, No, I'm not gonna do that. And he's the coolest guy you ever meet. I mean, he really is. I'm only have one color. I play with the Valor team. Uh, I like to think of myself as a trainer because I've seen a lot of people start in this game, a lot of people quit in this game, a lot of people get discouraged in this game, and regardless of the color, it doesn't matter. I try to be encouraging. Um, I'll never forget this 10-year-old boy that was playing the game, just learning how to do it, and he was an instinct player. And I go up to him, I'm like, what's going on? He goes, well, I just got started playing not too long ago. I finally reached, And I'm like, well, what seems to be your problem, man? He goes, well, the gym's not the color I want it to be. I'm like, okay, what level are you? So he told me, and I went in, and I battled the gym all the way through for him up to the last creature. And it was like down to nothing for motivation. And I said, well, you know what? I'm not the same color as you, and if I take out this gym, I'll have to put in, or you'll have to wait 5-10 minutes. So you know what? Why don't you just battle it out? You should be able to take this creature. And so he went in, and he beat the creature he put in, and he goes, well, thank you. What team are you? And I go, I play with Valor. Why? And he goes, well, nobody's ever been that nice to me. I go, well, how long you been playing? Oh, I've been playing for about a month. And I'm like, and nobody's been that nice to you? Nobody's tried to help you out? I go, what kind of creatures you got here? So I sat down with him and I showed him how to test his creatures and everything. And this is a guy from quote unquote an opposing team. Hey, it's not. It's a 10-year-old learning to play the game, is what it is. And I wanted to give him the best chance possible. And I told him, I said, if I had the money to give you to get you to change teams to the team I'm with, that'd be great and dandy. I mean, you never have to worry about me ever taking you out of the gym and I'd be able to help you out, but it wouldn't teach you on how to play the game. You'd always be depending on me. You'd be relying on somebody else. I go, the part of playing is being your own person, picking what you want to do and how you want to do it. I've got 15,000 freaking battles I've won with my creatures. I've been in numerous legendary raids, and I'd like to say I caught every creature, but that'd be a lie. I've had a lot of creatures run on me. Pokemon, that's the name of the game. Pokemon Go. Pokemon creatures go. I mean, you catch them, you don't catch them. You can't be obsessive. And that's the problem with this game, is people become obsessive. Got to be in so many gyms. I got to do this. I got to do that. It's a game. It's supposed to be fun. And when it stops being fun, you need to quit. Okay? You guys need to quit. Okay? You need to stop your vindictive behavior. You should stop your slander. If getting stressed out because a Pokemon runs from you, guess what? It's gonna happen, man. That's just the way it goes. I have caught over 75,000 of them, and I can't even tell you how many of them I've ran. I'm sure if I would have caught every single one I threw a Pokeball at, I'd have at least twice that many. I've done past the level 40 mark years ago, and you learn more about yourself as a person the longer you stick with it. And if you don't want to stick with it, you don't have to. It's not for everybody. It's not the same color of your car that everybody's driving, okay? It's not the same type of car. Some people prefer hot rods. Some people muscle cars, SUVs, the big giant freaking trucks you see. Some people don't like cars at all, and they'd rather go with some kind of like Yugo or motorcycle or moped, or it doesn't matter. We all are individuals and we have our individual tastes, and it really does bother me when I see an individual, regardless of what team, behave so badly. And it happened to me tonight on Discord here in Sioux Falls. Somebody was slandering me, somebody was talking crap, And they're supposed to be been playing the game for a while, and it doesn't matter what team they're with because it's not about the team; it's about the individual, and that's the point. Then maybe they just need to quit, stop playing. They've already forced other people to quit or change teams because of their bad behavior. And even when you're playing the game and you go into a raid, it tells you to be respectful and mindful of those around you. And you know, I find it very disheartening that our society is stooped that low. Um, you know, if I pull up to a gym and I see that it's fully motivated, I'm confronted with one of two options. I can sit here and battle it regardless of who's in it. Or I can look at the gym and look at the who's in it and go, this is a nice person, this is a good person. Or this person's on my friends list. But you know, when I pull up to your gym and I know you have a bad behavior, other people on your team don't like you, and you're on an opposing team, I'm really might have to think long and hard about whether I want to keep you in that gym or not. Because that's what it's all about. Realizing that I'm not greater than anyone else, and if I could take out the gym, they could take me out. And if they're going to go around and be vindictive like that and take me out, it's turnabout really fair play. Okay. I mean, they talk their crap on Discord. They belittle my namesake that I put into Pokemon Go. You're not going to drive me out of the game, I'll tell you that now. You have caused people to leave the group you are with. Sorry to say, they have left that color because of your behavior. And I welcome them. I welcome them to the team I play with because we are very fair. We're very honest. We treat people with respect, whether they're in their 80s, and there are people in their 80s that play this game, or a 10-year-old boy. I judge people by their actions and what they say and what they do. Okay. I would warn you to be careful on what you say and what you do, because there is a lot of other people out there that don't have the discipline or the resolve that I do, and they might retaliate. Somebody that used to be your team might decide to go after you, and your vanity will be your undoing. Your ignorance and arrogance will be your undoing. It goes hand in hand. So, hey, let this be a message to us all, really. Not to think of ourselves more highly than we ought to. Realize we are all the same. Doesn't matter your skin color, doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter what team you're with. That'd be like saying, I'm a Raiders fan, you're a Vikings fan, you suck. Okay. And that's not the case. I lived in Minneapolis, by the way, for a great many years. I was actually born there. And I love the Vikings. They're a great team. But it's not my favorite team. It is the Raiders. I love the Raiders. The Raiders are great. I've always been a Raiders fan just because of the way they played, the way they've seen the team work together, the obstacles I've seen them overcome, and certain players really stood out in my mind. So I'm not one of those people that ever joined the bandwagon. So, and I'm not about to start. So if going around and taking out that color was to join the bandwagon, I don't encourage it, because like I said, I have friends that are that same, color, instinct. I have a lot of friends that are instinct, and some of them were actually your friend, and some of them now can't stand you, and at least people that know me and that are friends with me won't say the same thing about me. they like me. They'll stand up for me. They see the way I treat people. I meet them on the street. We talk like friends should. We're teammates. We work together as a team. Maybe that's the point you're missing, is it's a team effort. If you think you can do it all by yourself and that the world revolves around you, let me know how far you get on a legendary doing it all by yourself. Because, by the way, I've tried that. That's interesting. Throw away a few raid passes and see how far you get. Maybe that'll humble you a bit. Maybe that's what you need. I don't know. I'm not the one to decide your future. You are. And if you keep it up in the game and keep it up on Discord, I can notify people and will notify people of your bad behavior. And you might not be playing the game the next day because of unsportsmanlike conduct. And you might want to think twice about what you say and what you do. I mean, it's a digital game. Everything you do is tracked. I'm just trying to be the nice guy here. Don't encourage me to do otherwise, please. My son encouraged me to make this video. I didn't really want to. I don't like making videos. I prefer to talk to people instead of just talking to a phone. I had a great Thanksgiving, and I'm hoping to have an even better rest of the weekend before I go back to work. Building cabinets is not the funnest job in the world, but when you're done building something, at least you can turn around and look at what you have put together and what you've accomplished within a day. That sense of accomplishment means more to me than anything, just like with this game. I've seen a lot of good players come up and become great players, and that really makes my day. And that's what I'm about. I'm a trainer. I train. It doesn't matter what color. I train people, and I want them to be their best. Maybe they're not the best, but I want them to be their best. And I encourage that for you. Please try to be your best. Try to change the way you do things, because you're just going to eat yourself up, okay? And nobody needs that. Nobody deserves that. And I want you to have friends. I do. Because not having a friend is very lonely. And when you're so filled with hate and animosity and stuff like that, you know, you're just not a happy person. Because you're not happy on the inside. And maybe that's what it is. You're just not a happy person on the inside. Find your happy place. I don't know. Well, I'm going to sign off. My phone's pretty well dead. I got to send this video up. And can't wait for tomorrow. I still haven't caught the new legendary. Hi, guys. Yeah. The upcoming future. Right there. Just wait. And I'm teaching them to be fair. Not brutal. So, it's a game. It's all about having fun. And love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.